Say hello to the Honor Magic V5, live and in the flesh. I've got one. A lot of people have been really interested in this phone because it's considered by many the gold standard in foldable phones, and not just because I have the gold-looking one either. Super nice phone, Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, top-of-the-line cameras in a foldable phone, and a lot of exciting stuff. Let's dive in and take a look at it. Here we have the Honor Magic V5, and we'll go ahead and open the box. I've taken the phone out because I've set it up and I've been using it, but I left everything intact so that you can see the inside of the box and what all comes in it. So this is the wrapping that would have otherwise been on the phone. Take this out, and then we got this fancy little box of stuff with another box of stuff. So you got a charging cable, USB-C to USB-C, and then you got the SIM ejector tool, and then, well, I guess there's no documentation in there. You have a QR code you can scan on the back, and, well, that's pretty much it for the box. Nothing else in there. Sadly, there is no charger. I wish there was a charger, but it does charge at up to 66 watts, and then you have this fancy case right here that goes on the back of it. It's a half shell case, which I like a lot. It's got this ombre look, which matches the back of the phone, which looks pretty cool. I mean, there's different colors. They've got black, ivory white, dawn gold, and reddish brown, and this is the dawn gold color. And it looks really nice. Like, I'm really, really impressed with the way that this looks. This is one of the nicest looking phones I've probably ever had. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot in the box. I wish there was a charger in there. Sadly, there's not. But like I said, it does charge. You can get up to 66 watts wired charging and then 50 watts wireless charging. It's got the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset in here, which is great. And then I've got the 16 gig 512 model. It has a 6.43 inch screen on the front, which is super nice. 5,000 nits brightness, which is incredible. LTPO, all that great stuff. And it's got a 404 pixel per inch density. So you get a nice resolution and pixel density on the front. It's protected with Honor's anti-scratch nano crystal shield, but you don't have to worry about that too much because you've got a factory installed screen protector already on the phone, which I am a fan of. And one nice thing is it's got the Honor Eye Comfort display. So it's got 4,320 hertz ultra high frequency PWM dimming. So that's going to help out with your motion sickness relief. It's going to help out. Well, it does have motion sickness relief. It's actually an option in the settings, but it's going to help out with your eye fatigue or all those other symptoms people get with the PWM. That's especially been prevalent with OLED panels over the last couple of years since a lot of phones have switched to them. So this should be nice for your eyes, and just having that Honor Eye Comfort display. You do get the motion sickness relief, AI defocus display, dynamic dimming, circadian night display, and natural tone. But really, really nice screen. And then on the inside, 7.95 inches. It's an OLED as well, LTPO, 120 hertz refresh rate, which is beautiful. That's something that I love with the nice smooth scrolling and everything. 5,000 nits brightness as well. High resolution here, 2352 by 2172. And then, so that gives you 403 pixels per inch. And then it's got Honor's super armored inner screen, so you get some protection there as well. And yeah, just don't mess it up. But it's a beautiful phone. And you can see the big giant camera array here on the back. 50 megapixel primary, 64 megapixel periscope telephoto, and a 50 megapixel ultra wide. Like, this is some serious camera hardware. I will have camera samples later as I do the camera review portion of it. But I got to tell you up front right now, I absolutely love the camera system on here. It takes some amazing photos, like impressive stuff. 20 megapixel selfie here and a 20 megapixel selfie on the inside as well. So it's the same camera. So you're covered there as well. And then all the other nice things in life. You got Bluetooth 6. It's got LDAC support, aptX HD. So you're going to get the best sound quality experience with your Bluetooth. And then it's got Wi-Fi 7. It's got NFC support, so you can do your contactless payments. And that's something that people really appreciate. Running Magic OS 9.0.1, Android 15. But you're going to get 7 years of support. So 7 years of operating system updates, 7 years of security patches, for guaranteed for the UK and for the EU, which is something that people are really going to appreciate. 7 years of support. And it's got a gigantic battery, like 5,820 milliamp battery, which is just insane. because if you take a look at what we've done with like Samsung and their 4400 milliamp battery, tremendously better battery here, and it's got IP58, IP59, which is basically kind of the gold standard here, other than the new Pixel 10 Pro Fold, which has IP68, but you get the IP59 as well for that pressurized and temperature water resistance, which is really cool. So basically what I'm saying is the top of the line flagship, and well, that's what you expect from Honor because they make some really good foldable phones. So here it is, the Honor Magic V5, and I've been using this phone for a couple of weeks now. It is fantastic, and I had shared some thoughts on Twitter talking about how I had some hot takes coming with regard to a phone that I was reviewing, and this one was it. And like I said, I've used it for a couple of weeks. It has everything you could ask for in a foldable phone. I mean, it's got a big, beautiful screen. It's almost like using a real front screen on the front, 6.43 inches, and then it opens up the inside 7.95, just under 8 inches. And it's something that's been really fun to use. So it's got Honor's Magic OS, which their take on Android, they've got their own kind of thing, just like Samsung does with One UI. Magic OS, it's nice, it's simple, it's built into the phone really well, and it takes advantage of the hardware, I think, in a nice way. It's got the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, which top-of-the-line chip. We've been using it all year long, and it's good. I mean, it's one of those things where you have all the power you could possibly want at your fingertips. It's great for day-to-day use. It's great for productivity. It's great for playing games, which of course you can do, which is really nice on the big immersive screen on the inside. And then if you want to play Boom Beach on the front screen, you don't want to have to open it all up. That's also nice too. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage. It's got this big, huge camera array on the back, which is actually really nice because, I mean, it is big. That's not the nice part, but the nice part is because it's centered, it doesn't do all that wobbling stuff like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 does that most people find to be quite irritating. So you've got a 5,800 milliamp battery, 5820. So just under 6,000 milliamp battery, which powers you all day. I've been really surprised at the battery life. Definitely lasts all day. Standby time has actually been really impressive too. Like I set it down, I come back later. It doesn't have a bunch of battery drain, so that's nice. It's got the silicon carbon battery combination with it. It's got about 15%, I believe, of the battery is the silicon carbon, which does allow for the higher battery density, right? 5820. And a lot of people really want to have that bigger battery. That's been one of the biggest complaints that we've had when it comes to the Z Fold 7, because the Z Fold 7, if you remember, has a 4,400 milliamp battery. And this phone is almost as thin, right? Whenever this one's closed, it's a very thin phone, very easy to hold. I mean, other than the camera bump, which is large, but with good reason, because the cameras on here are fantastic. And it's funny because my wife, she uses an iPhone, and whenever it comes to this phone, she's like, oh my gosh, I want to use that phone so bad, because I've been taking a lot of pictures with it. We went on vacation, we were in Vegas, and we've been traveling around and doing other stuff, had some family fun at the pool this last weekend, taking a lot of pictures with it, and she's like, oh my gosh, the photos on this thing look phenomenal. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at some of the photo samples so you can see for yourself what she's so excited about and what I love so much, because I think it has the best cameras I've ever used in a foldable phone. So let's take a look at some of them. So when we talk about the cameras, it's got a nice camera array. It's got a 50 megapixel primary, which that's nice. Optical image stabilization, 64 megapixel periscope telephoto, also has OIS, and then it has a 50 megapixel ultra wide, which is crazy. So 50, 64, and 50. And the front camera is 20 megapixels, but it takes really good photos. Like the camera setup on here is top notch. I have never been this impressed with cameras on a foldable phone before. And we talk about cameras all the time, like with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Yes, it has that 200 megapixel camera that's in the Ultra, but I think the 50 megapixel in this one looks even better than that. And it's not just about a numbers game. It's not always about megapixels. The sensor that's in here, the combination with the computational photography and the stuff that Honor is doing with their phones, it just takes super nice photos. And as you've seen, I've taken a lot of photos. I put a lot of them in here. That's something you can see firsthand from all the photos that I've taken. And it's just nice. Like, I really, really enjoy the cameras inside of the phone. Now, in addition to that, like I said, you got a huge battery, 5,820 milliamps. That's going to last you all day. It's got super fast charging. It has 66-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging. So you can get recharged quick, fast, in a hurry. That's another complaint that a lot of people have had with, like, let's say the Z Fold, because it has much slower charging, only 25 watts. So 66 watts wired charging, 50 watts wireless charging. That's something that's going to get you fast. I mean, you're going to get recharged quick. And the thing is you don't really need to recharge quick because the battery lasts all day. So almost a 6,000 milliamp battery in this super, super, super thin phone. I mean, can you imagine having an almost 6,000 milliamp battery inside of this phone, as thin as it is, and the fact that it's a foldable phone? So that's really nice. So you've got great battery life, great charging, plenty of storage, 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's going to do everything you need to do. And of course, you've got a lot of AI features built in here as well, which is really nice, along with like the deep fake protection for like the AI stuff and all those things. And you're going to get a lot of support. One of the nice things about Honor is they've bumped up their support for their phones. You're going to get 7 years of operating system updates, 7 years of security patches. That's guaranteed for the EU and for the UK. So here's one of the things. If you get this phone in the US, I mean, you're probably still going to get the same updates and all that stuff, but they're guaranteeing it for UK and for the EU, which is much more primarily where the audience is. This is not a phone that's marketed in the US, but it works in the US. And I've used it. It has a SIM card tray, which is also nice. If you've been watching my Pixel phone videos lately, you know that the Pixel 10 series phones don't have a SIM card, except for the Pixel 10 Pro Fold will have one. But you get a SIM card. That's nice. And I've been using it with T-Mobile. I am able to get 5G. So that's one of the really nice things about this phone. And Honor does a great job. It's just, from what I was reading, they've got, I think, more 5G antennas, or not antennas, but signal compatibility than any other foldable phone that you can get. So the signal strength is good, call quality is good, and you might have a good chance of it working in the US with your carrier. In addition to that, you've got facial recognition. That works perfectly fine. I don't use facial recognition a whole lot, but it is available on here. I do love the fingerprint scanner. It is built into the power button, and that's something that I've really enjoyed with a lot of the foldable phones. It's so nice. All you have to do is just tap your finger on there, boop, and you unlock the phone. And it's a nice height too. It's like right smack in the middle of the phone. Like, one of the complaints I had about the Z Flip 7 is the power button with the fingerprint scanner is just so high. It's like unnatural to have to reach your thumb that high. You have to adjust your grip on the phone. Not with this one. It's right there, and it's right in the middle, and it works great. You do get, we talked about this earlier, the case, and the case fits on here nicely. And I like that it doesn't have a front piece, because those kind of get in the way. It's annoying having the borders on the edges that are raised, because when you're trying to swipe back and forward, it's kind of annoying. You do have this nice hinge protection, which is good. And then you've got this vegan leather case on the back with this ombre look to it. And then, of course, the ring pops out as a stand as well, and gives you extra protection for the camera, which of course you want to protect because it's a really nice camera system. But it gives that just that extra level of premium feel and all those different things. It's nice, it's smooth, you get protection, and it looks super nice. So that's something that's nice on there as well. The build quality is top notch, and then the crease really isn't that bad. Like, I'll go ahead and show you here. Like, you can see the crease. It's got a very shallow, but it's not it's a little bit wider. Like, you can see that it extends a little bit out, but the way that they do that with the opening and the closing, you really can't feel it that much whenever you're running your finger over it. It doesn't really catch the light all that much. It doesn't interrupt the usage when you're using the phone. You can't even really see it. So it is a nice hinge, and that's especially important because a lot of people, not hinge, but it's nice crease, because a lot of people, that's a big complaint, right? And then on top of that, you have IP58 and IP59 dust and water resistance, which is really cool. So IP58, that means you've got pretty good water, you got pretty good dust protection, but you have great water protection. You can drop it in the water. It's protected up to 1.5 meters for up to half an hour. So typical IP58, not the 6. It doesn't have that guaranteed for like the finest particles of dust. But what is interesting is it has IP59, and that 9 on the end is what gives you that pressurized and temperaturized water protection. So this is something we've seen over the last year with a lot of other phones, it's protected against pressurized water and heated water up to a certain degree, basically up to about what you get with a dishwasher or a home dishwasher or a home washing machine. So it's really well protected in the dust and water resistance department. It's not the IP68 like we get with the new Pixel 10 Pro Fold, which is unique because they're the first ones to come out with it. But I've been pretty happy for the last couple of years. I haven't had any issues with dust. So IP58, IP59, that's totally fine. You get your NFC, so you can do your wireless contactless payments. You got Bluetooth, so you can listen to your headphones and all that stuff. You can do all those great things. So overall, it is a fantastic phone. And it's got a beautiful screen, 5,000 nits brightness, which is just crazy. You can see this thing outside basically with like the sun pouring down on it with all of its rays of sunshine. So basically everything you can ask for a foldable phone. And then you get 7 years of support. So I like it a lot. It probably is the best foldable phone that you can get right now. And I wish it was available in the US because I think it would really spur more competition and demand more from Samsung. Samsung has done a good job with the Z Fold 7. I like it a lot. And maybe I'll make a comparison video between this one and the Z Fold 7. But yeah, the Honor Magic V5, fantastic. Great battery life, great premium experience, top of the line, fantastic cameras, all the bells and whistles you could ask for, everything in the box that you need. And it's just nice. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.